Yeah, right. I'm good. I've been recording.
So, what the hell is this now? Close. Oh, okay. No, it's fine. I have 2 audio tracks open, and one of them isn't working, and it's because I have it set to mono now. So it's like, I guess you're stuck with this crappy version.
So for the bad news, which is actually kind of good. So I actually did start editing Kronk's New Groove like a month and a half back. But here's the thing. My computer turned itself off and updated without my consent in the middle of me working.
Okay. Yeah, that's not good.
And that was about...
Ooh.
Yeah, that was about 3 hours of work just gone. And I tried to recover it, and there was nothing.
Yeah. That reminds me of what happened with me. I think you probably saw me ranting about it when I lost all my writing for 2 weeks.
I believe so. Yeah.
So that was fun. Sounds like a lot of fun. So you're basically at back to the starting point with Kronk's New Groove then.
Yeah, pretty much. And the infuriating thing was like it was the one time in like the last month and a half
that you like had time to do it.
Yeah, that I had time to do it. And
that's funny because that's
couldn't finish updating
exactly what happened with my writing stuff. I didn't even lose that much stuff, but I had like it had only actually been a few hours of work, but that had been because I'd only been able to get in a few hours of work in 2 weeks. Yeah, that's even that.
It feels
that could
a lot
be worse.
I'm still really salty about that though. So I might edit this episode first and put Kronk's New Groove on the back burner, mostly because I did listen through our audio once, and we didn't.
That's what I love about that episode, though. Like,
I think I will edit it and I will push it out, but I think I might make it like a very truncated, like 45-minute thing.
I mean, you do you. I wanted to float and I loved all the happy bits. I feel like the happy bits should be floated in there. All of us like, oh no, we don't need to talk about the bad movie. We can talk about the good movie. I did want to float an idea past you, and it's something I came up with in the shower.
Yeah, no, hit me with it.
Like 3 weeks ago. Okay. And it's, basically the idea is like, so I don't know how often you listen to like more indie podcasts. All podcasts are indie, but you get it.
I mean, I listen to 19 podcasts
but
a week,
have you ever had one like ours that just suddenly didn't update for like 2 months?
Yes, actually.
I don't like that. I like it when they at least produce something. So my idea was, if we have time, we can do it today, and if we don't have time, we can do it at some other point. But to record like maybe like an hour of bullshit. And then this could be like stuff that I edit because I think I generally have more free time than you. And also, I don't think it'll matter as much as if I fuck this up as much as it would be the bigger ones. And just like make like little 10-minute episodes to put up like on off weeks. You know?
Yeah, that might be good. Just because, especially since I knew that my school week this semester and this year actually was going to be like hella hectic. But what I didn't expect was how little time I have to do anything. Like, and I think a big part of it is I forgot that the number of things that I actually do when I'm in college as opposed to in the summer where all I have to worry about is like a job that I have.
Speaking of hella hectic, how is your terrible body treating you?
It's treating me well now. It's
it stopped fighting.
But I don't want to talk about
We just won't. We won't do that.
Oh shit! Yeah, that's right. Well, we haven't started yet.
No, we haven't. But I feel like we should sync so we can start.
Okay. All right, then let's get this rolling on 3, sync.
Wait. I don't know if you cut out or if you just did the most obnoxious thing ever. Did you just say 3 sync?
What happened?
I just heard on 3 sync.
No. No, I did cut out. I cut out.
Okay, good.
I counted through.
Because I was like, wow, what a piece of shit.
Well, all right.
Okay.
All right, let's try that again. Okay, internet gods. On 3. 1, 2, 3, sync. All right, so I'm just gonna try to hit you with something, and you can tell me if I sound excited or if I sound sad or tired or sullen. Like, get all these fresh takes.
Okay. This is gonna be great. I've always wanted to be a director. That was a lie. I don't know why I said it.
All right. All right. I actually did used to want to be a director at some point in my life, but those days are behind me. Okay. And welcome to Direct to Video, a podcast where we review Review is a weird word.
Is it?
Review.
It's okay. It's kind of a weird word. Is that exactly what you say in the original?
Yeah.
Okay. A podcast where we review. That is like a little tongue twister.
That is such a slight tongue, and I hit it so good when I listen to it too. Maybe I enunciate better when I'm tired.
It's not bad at all. It's like just exactly in there. I don't know though. I think that's the best way you're gonna be able to take it, because I don't think there's an easier way to say where we review.
In which we review. If we want to be...
If you want to sound like an English major, which if you do, that's
fine.
fine.
I have one friend who does linguistics, so I feel like, I could shoot for the moon there, but I also don't want to sound like...
Yeah, because we kind of... we don't exactly come off as excessively classy in the podcast proper.
I feel like there are moments of classiness that we exhibit. We're like a...
Sure, but then we talk about how Kronk, like, dry humps a woman.
That was so weird, though. I don't want to think about this movie
as
anymore.
As they make bread.
I pushed that movie out of my mind a month ago, and I'm going to keep it there.
Whenever I think of that movie, that's the scene I think of, and it's nuts.
Yeah.
I can't believe you watched that 3 times.
That being my 3rd time. Oh, fuck. Jesus. Okay.
Hit me again.
Welcome to Direct to Video, a podcast where we review poor sequels to great movies.
Oh, that was a great, like, movie announcer voice you put on there. Timber in there? Like,
yeah.
Welcome. It's good. I like it.
All right, I'm going to keep that one then.
Okay, but do another one just for safety.
Just for safety? Okay.
Just for safety.
Should I do it? I should do this with different
things.
things. I should pull out my Mickey Mouse impression that I've been...
Yeah, just...
Oh, man. I think that would actually might get us into trouble. If...
it like definitely would,
okay.
Actually.
I don't think Disney can copyright the way a character sounds, though.
No, they probably can't. If you don't say, "Hey, fellas, I'm Mickey Mouse."
I feel like I'd be in the clear if I didn't say that.
Yeah, you probably...
What if I'm like...
You probably would be.
What if I'm like, "Hey, fellas, I'm Ricky Rat," but the same voice. Like, "Hey, I'm..."
No,
then
we're
it's
not...
parody.
Wait, stop. We're not having... If we're going to have a mascot, it's not going to be Ricky Rat.
I mean, hey man, I was under pressure. All right, you come up with something then.
I mean, I don't know what the name would be, but it's definitely just like an actual VHS tape with like stick figure arms and legs, right?
That sounds creepy as sin. So no.
Okay.
Well, we don't need.
Do you want to move on, or do you want to
mascot.
do your safety one?
I'll do a safety take.
Okay.
Welcome to Direct to Video, a podcast where we review poor sequels to great movies.
Okay, I think I like the first one better. But
yeah, that one was a bit fast. Well, whatever.
But now we have them.
Yep, they're there, and half of
slow
another.
It down, fix it in post.
God no. I'm understanding now how hilarious Fix It and Post is as a joke. Because no, you won't. Nope. It's not worth it.
See, that's why I want to be put in charge of the 5-minute episodes. Because this is can't do anything wrong here. Hey, there's this weird 3-second pause. Yeah, but it only happens once because we only talk for 5 minutes. So
I feel a pause could be good though if it emphasizes a good punchline or just a good joke.
Yeah, but a lot of podcasts do have a problem with pauses because actual conversation has pauses.
Yeah.
And but it's weird when you're just listening to people talking. There shouldn't be anything there, you know?
I think because pauses exist when we're talking to people so that we can give them time to interject if they want to. So when you listen to a podcast and there are pauses there, you want to interject with their opinion, but you can't because they're not real.
Oh,
you know?
Chandy, I'm real.
No, I mean, the conversation isn't real. It's not a conversation.
This
you're not
is a conversation.
In a group.
You're hurting me.
No, what I'm...
Welcome to Direct Video, a podcast where Andy hurts me.
I'm your host, Andy Reyes, a professional shitbag.
And I'm your other host, Tony Robusto. And, I just need a second.
Yeah, you're gonna start crying a lot more once we get to the movie in question.
I have a confession.
Yeah, confess away.
The Fox and the Hound did not make me cry.
Yeah, it's not as sad of a movie as a lot of people think it is. But a lot of people remember it being a lot sadder though.
Yeah, because it's definitely not a happy movie.
No.
There's not a lot in this movie that happens that is happy, but it's not straight tearjerker either.
It's a very melancholy film, which is
Yes.
weird for a Disney kids movie.
And I'll say this though, the animation and specifically just all the backgrounds,
yeah,
they're just so beautiful that it kind of doesn't match up with the melancholy feel of it.
Yeah, this movie's in such a weird place, both in terms of its story and also just the production leading to the story.
Are you going to give us production background again?
I am, because I know about the production background of this movie.
Okay, let's do it, because I'm kind of into it.
So The Fox and the Hound is based on a book, which, if you haven't read it...
Wait, let me guess. Is it The Fox and the Hound?
It is. And that book is depressing. That book is very depressing. It was read by a fellow by the name of Wolfgang Reitherman. He was one of Disney's animators, and after he read it, he brought it to the production house and said, I want to make a movie out of this.
So here's my question. My first question right off the bat. Why don't more people have the name Wolfgang anymore? It's just a great name.
It's fantastic.
Okay, so he wanted to make this Fox and the Hound movie because he loved the book.
He did. It was pretty much his pet project. Almost the entirety of the book was scrapped and only the core premise was preserved, which is this being a story between a fox and a hound named Todd and Copper. And they wanted it to be kind of a coming-of-age story between these two characters, which I think this is the first Disney film that I can think of, and I want to say it is the first Disney film in which we meet characters at such a young age and then meet them again once they've actually grown into adulthood. Quote-unquote adulthood.
That's interesting. Is this where that first kicked off? Well, what about Bambi?
Oh, that's right. No, Bambi does it too.
Is this one older than Bambi? It's not,
no,
right?
It's not.
Bambi's
No, it's
first.
not. It's not. Bambi was way earlier.
Right.
Walt Disney was still alive when Bambi was made.
Bambi's like a 50s movie.
Yeah, God,
Yeah,
Bambi...
okay.
I haven't seen Bambi in so long. But Bambi feels newer than, I think, The Fox and the Hound. I don't know why.
That's an interesting thought. I'll say that The Fox and the Hound looks old, but I don't think it's because it looks old. The animation, it's probably because it's newer, but still like a few steps back from what 90s Disney was doing, you know? And so it just feels a little bit older to us.
Wait, yeah, definitely. Well, and that's the thing is, Fox and the Hound was still, it was kind of at the end of the era of Disney animation where they switched from the old paint-on-glass method of animation. I forget what this new method that they were using was called, but it basically allowed the painters to paint directly onto the sketches that the animators were making, which gives it kind of a more fluid and sketchy feel.
I'll tell you what, the first thing I noticed about The Fox and the Hound 2, no subtitle, is that it just doesn't look like The Fox and the Hound.
Yeah,
for that reason, I think.
Yeah, it looks good though.
Yeah, it's animated well. It's just not animated in the same way, and it's sort of blatantly obvious.
Yeah, definitely. And I think we'll talk about that once we actually get to The Fox and the Hound too. But
yes. So let's do The Fox and the Hound 1 still.
This film was the end to a lot of things for Walt Disney Company. First off, even though it was Wolfgang Reitherman's pet project, it was actually one of the last projects he ever worked on. He got into multiple fights with a lot of the younger animators and storyboarders over the production of this movie. And at one point, he walked into his buddy Steven's office, who was one of the younger animators, and he told him, maybe animation is a young man's medium. And I believe 4 years after The Fox and the Hound came out, he died in a car accident.
Ugh.
Yeah. So just to bring everybody down. Yeah. So Wolfgang Reitherman, and he was actually one of Disney's 9 old men.
Okay.
But yeah, this was his last big production.
Yeah, it would have had to have been, huh?
Yep.
This is
very depressing.
Kind of a downer for the start, but that's okay because the movie kind of starts as a bit of a downer.
Yeah. So to continue on then, halfway through the production of this movie, upstart animator Don Bluth and 16 other animators quit and asked not to receive screen credit for this film.
Whoa.
Yeah.
What did they hate about this movie?
They found this movie stale. It's not that they hated it, they just thought it was below them. A couple of years later, he opened up his own animation studio down the block and across the street.
Are you going to say it was Pixar?
No, it was Don Bluth Productions, I believe.
Okay, Pixar's later then.
Yeah. He went on to create An American Tail, Land Before Time, Anastasia, a lot of other kind of the big, not Disney movies that everyone thinks is a Disney movie.
Right, and we're probably going to have to watch Anastasia too, and probably at least one of the Land Before Time movies. So you should think about this, man.
Okay, definitely. Like, this is kind of me foreshadowing. Podcast foreshadowing. Is that a thing?
Podcasts can foreshadow. Writing and movies don't have the monopoly on foreshadowing. What are they gonna do, stop us? I don't fucking think so. They don't have the nards.
The nards. That's a word I don't hear often, and for good reason.
Hey, yeah.
So, just to bring up the atmosphere a little bit after those two kind of really downer facts.
But I did say nards, so...
Yes. Yeah, good point. Nards is it was a word. It's a word. I was going to say funny, but it's not funny. It's just a word. A lot of important people worked on The Fox and the Hound as being their big animation debuts, including John Lasseter, who went on to work for Pixar and direct Toy Story. Glenn Keane, who was one of the premier animators in Tarzan and has pretty much touched every amazing 80s and 90s Disney movie. Tim Burton, of all people, did some animation for this movie. Yeah.
I guess I kind of didn't know that Burton was into animation.
Yeah, he started as an in-betweener for animation, and he went on to become a director.
Okay.
Brad Bird, who went on to direct The Iron Giant and The Incredibles, worked on this film.
Right, and that is at least... I mean, you told me that The Iron Giant's, like, your favorite animated movie, right?
It's one of my favorite. It's not my favorite, but it's up there. It is definitely one of my favorite Superman movies of all time.
Right, that's what I think of Hercules as.
Another big thing that changed in this movie was this was the last Disney movie to not have closing credits.
Yeah, I noticed that, and you know what? I hated it, and the reason I hated it was because there's a very dramatic scene at the beginning. It's a fox running away from gunshots and dogs. but over that are a bunch of credits, and it's like, I am removed from this movie right now.
Yeah, the intro to this movie, and I think they might have done that on purpose. They don't want the kids to focus as much on the tragedy that's kind of in front of them.
You know what? That's not a bad reasoning.
And as an opening to a film, it is definitely a lot more interesting than a lot of other films that have slow crawl credits like that.
Mm-hmm. Peter Pan.
Yeah, where it's just, let's slowly pan over nothing happening while these names pop up at you.
Yeah, and like the worst children's choir sings a song.
Oh, God, that's right. Oh, and this movie did really well for Walt Disney. It had a budget of $12 million, and it made $14 million domestic, $39 million overall on its opening.
Oh, not bad. I didn't know that this was one of the money-making Disney movies.
This movie was the end of kind of this era of Disney, and The Black Cauldron kind of ushered in a bit of a downwave in movies, and then the Renaissance started later.
Nobody watched The Black Cauldron, but it was a good movie.
I disagree with you, but I don't want to talk about that.
You don't like The Black Cauldron?
I did not. I hated it. I thought it was awful.
Did you read the books?
No.
Okay, because I bet a lot of people hated it if they read the books. I thought it was good. I mean, it was kind of stupid, but it was good.
I mean, I don't know. It wasn't for me.
Okay. I mean, we're never gonna have that conversation because nobody's made a Black Cauldron sequel.
They were going to. The Black Cauldron was supposed to be
probably a trilogy.
The first in a trilogy of movies. Yeah, actually. Yep, they were gonna do all three, but that did not pan out for them. That movie was to call that movie a flop would be understating it. That movie was a disaster.
Well, because the thing about animation movies is they cost a hell of a lot to make.
Oh yeah.
So you need to make a ton on them. So
yeah. So let's get started talking about The Fox and the Hound, released in 1981. This movie's melancholy as heck. Oh man, because you mentioned it started off with the hunting of the vixen.
Mm-hmm.
Big Mama, who is a large barn owl.
Yes, Big Mama. Are you sure she's not a barn owl? Come on, dude.
Is she
barn
not?
Barn owls don't look like that. She's like a great horned owl.
Well, I mean, I don't know my owls.
Barn owls have round faces.
She does live in a tree and not in a barn.
Read Guardians of Ga'Hoole.
No, I didn't. I did watch the movie though.
Do you remember that movie when that movie came out?
I do.
Yeah. I never saw it, but I used to read the books.
It's not great, that movie.
They were good books. It was basically a lot of Star Wars tropes. Like a lot of Star Wars storytelling tropes, but owls in like a post-apocalyptic, all humans are dead era.
That's weird.
So what I noticed, one of the first things I noticed about The Fox and the Hound was the beginning feels a lot like Bambi. First because Todd's mother gets shot, and then second because there's Big Mama, the ever-watchful owl, who reminds me of what's-his-name from Bambi, who, like, announces the birth of the prince or something.
Thumper?
And it just looks the same. You know, they're both pretty heavy on woods.
Yeah,
junk like that. It just looks like
They are
Bambi.
very different. They are very different parts of America, though. I remember Bambi feeling a lot more northern forest America versus this movie, which is fairly southern.
Well, I'm just talking about like the first 5 minutes, and man, did they drive home the southern in the second movie.
Oh God, yes, but we'll get there. We'll get there.
I'm not only talking about the first 5 minutes. I'm not only talking about the first 5 minutes because later, when he's dropped off at that forest, what do they call it? The preserve.
Yeah, the game
There's
preserve.
a lot of like Bambi-esque stuff that happens there.
Well, I mean, it's having a forest. You know, there's only so much you can do. So the movie starts off with Todd's mother, who is unnamed, dropping him off near a fence post while she's being chased by hunters. Was she being hunted by Chief, or was this a different group of people?
Nobody knows.
Yeah.
It ends with a gunshot, but we don't know whose gunshot.
Yeah, so a gun is shot.
Probably they don't hunt that close to the house.
Yeah,
because they don't seem to.
Especially with Widow Tweed's habit of just being incredibly aggressive.
Yeah, she does not take any shit.
She's a tiger mom. So Big Mama, who is owl of some sort. Tony guesses that she was great horned.
She looks great horned. Not as severe as other great horned owls look, but yeah, basically.
Finds Todd along with 2 other characters who I don't remember.
Yes, I don't remember their names either. I think one of them is Boomer.
Boomer, yes, one of them is Boomer, and
I need to see if I have it written down, because I found them fascinating for the reason that they were...
Dinky.
Huh?
Dinky.
Pinky?
Dinky.
Dinky and Boomer. I found them fascinating for the reason that they were Timon and Pumbaa.
Yeah, definitely. They were definitely that.
They were like proto Timon and Pumbaa, and it made me think like young Todd was like young Simba in just the few scenes that you see them all in together. And if it wasn't for that caterpillar that I wished they had gotten.
Yes, Squeaks the caterpillar, who gets his own credit in the beginning of the movie.
I was so tired of that stupid caterpillar.
You didn't like that bit?
No, here's the thing. If it wasn't for the caterpillar, they could have been really cool, interesting characters like Timon and Pumbaa.
Yeah.
But every scene they were in, they were just chasing this caterpillar. When did they eat? I don't think ever. I think maybe they never ate because their only meal kept running away.
But so you mentioned that they were very proto Timon and Pumbaa characters, but the thing is Disney's always had this kind of dim-witted duo in a lot of their films.
Okay, I take exception to calling Timon and Pumbaa dim-witted.
I mean, how can you take exception to calling them dim-witted?
Because Timon isn't dim-witted. He's more like ignorant, but acts like he knows everything. And Pumbaa is a savant. He looks up at the stars as a pig and is like, those are balls of gas burning millions of miles away.
Yeah, you gotta put your behind past you.
You gotta put your behind in your past. Come on, Andy, I know every line from that movie.
The point I'm trying to make is Disney's very fond of having these, usually a pair of characters, one of whom has a big, booming voice, and the other whom has a small, squeaky voice, having their own shenanigans. You know, you see them in the Aristocats with the 2 dogs.
And here's the thing, I don't remember anything about the Aristocats, so you're gonna have to pull out something else.
You don't have to, because I remember everything for you.
All I remember is
I believe in The Lady and the Tramp, when the lady is in the dog kennel, there are 2 dogs who sing about the tramp's kind of shenanigans.
Okay. I believe that. Sounds like something that happened. In The Lady and the Tramp, isn't there a Scotty and like a Basset?
Yeah. No, wait. Maybe.
There's like a Basset who can't smell, right?
I think that's it, yeah.
Yeah.
And then in Scotty, 101 Dalmatians, you have the 2 dogs who initiate the night howl.
Okay, if you say so. All I remember about the night howl is every dog in the city starts howling.
Yeah. The 2 dogs that help initiate it, there's this little scamp dog and then a much bigger booming dog.
Okay.
And the big dog's kind of just like, no, don't worry, I got it. And he just like lets out a big old like, "Aroo," and then the little dog's just like, bark, 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 bark. It's a great scene.
That sounds like a great scene, actually.
Well, and we'll get to you'll know it when we get to 102
That's funny
Dalmatians?
and I don't think this is entirely because I just love The Lion King, but I do feel like Timon and Pumbaa might be the pinnacle of that, because I don't think there have been a lot of duo...
They're the most memorable, that's for sure.
...of duo characters since then, except maybe in The Princess and the Frog. But I wouldn't say those 2 are themselves a duo. They just both happen to be sidekicks. There's a gator and a firefly.
Yeah, I wouldn't call them a duo. And like even in Mulan has this exact same trope with
Well, it kind of has that trope because only one of them talks.
True. But I'm just realizing now that Disney's really fond of having, like, the 2 dim-witted sidekicks.
Yeah, Disney likes its sidekicks. Also, you can't call Mushu dim-witted either. He's just bad at everything.
I feel like I can, though.
You're very unforgiving with the idea of that somebody is dim-witted.
I feel like that's what they're going for, if anything.
Okay.
But my ideas aside. So yeah, the Boomer, who is a woodpecker, Dinky, who
Although
is a
I have to say, I mean, I'm jumping in again.
Bird.
Creaky's not dim-witted. That little cricket's practically a genius.
I mean,
he doesn't even want to be there. He just keeps getting dragged along. He promises he's lucky so he doesn't get killed by a dragon. Like, he's almost like the hardened criminal in the group. The first time you see him is in a cage.
I feel like you're stretching it a bit.
Allow me to stretch
I
this
apologize.
a bit. It feels good.
I apologize. Listen. Yeah, you want to just get your podcasting legs up and out of the driver's seat, stretch them out a bit. So they all hatch a plan to get Todd adopted by the nearby farmer Widow Tweed, who is this very kindly old lady.
Right, but not that old. Like 50s, maybe.
Yeah, I'd put her in her 50s.
Like maybe 60s. But probably 50s because she works on a farm, so all that stooped stuff's probably just hard living.
And this is to me where the film runs into what I believe is its only problem. Where Widow Tweed adopts Todd and starts feeding him out of a bottle, and at the exact same time, her neighbor, Amos Slade, who's a hunter, comes home and tells his dog, Chief, that he has a surprise for him and pulls out a little hound puppy.
And then it makes that howling
this
sound,
is Copper, and
which is not like... I said to myself, that's the worst sound, and it's not really true. It's just that I live next door to 2 beagles, so it's like...
the most adorable
but they're so
puppies
loud.
in the world.
It's just the worst sound that I hear literally every
they
day. It's not the worst sound. Okay, go on.
Yeah, so from what I can tell, they are both very young, but then in the next scene... Copper's just running around and talking, and so is Todd, and I don't get an idea of how much time has passed. Obviously not too much time, because they both look the same. No, not even. They actually both look a bit bigger.
Yeah, I think they look a little bit bigger. Maybe a few weeks.
So yeah, like...
because of how animals age?
Some time has definitely passed. And that's the only issue that this movie has is when time passes with the even when they do the montage of seasons changing, it's your brain doesn't quite track exactly how long has it been? Because it feels longer than what they're telling us.
Where it's very significant that a winter has gone by, specifically a winter.
Yes.
And I think that's the most important keeping track of time moment.
Yeah.
I'll tell you one of my issues, and this is because I walk dogs. Okay. Those dogs are on such a short leash. They're not... They don't come into the house. They live in barrels. They must get exercise when they're out hunting, but it's not... that doesn't happen every day. So, that is a bad way to keep
I think it
dogs.
Does, actually.
Do you think it does? Okay.
I believe so.
If it does, then it's probably okay. But... from some of them, it looks like he just leaves them out there all day. From some of the scenes, it looks like he just leaves them out there all day, and that's just not a good way to treat an animal. So, you're not supposed to like Amos. I also did not like Amos, because this asshole can't even take care of his dogs right.
Yeah, Amos is very much a huge dick in the entirety of this film. He almost never acts rationally at all. But Copper and Todd start playing around with each other after they meet.
And then the one song in the movie plays. The one song in the movie
plays.
Big
which
Mama
is a very
sings
depressing
Best of Friends.
song. Yeah, that song is amazingly beautiful. It's a beautiful song, but the entire premise of the song is these 2 kids are so naive they don't realize that their world is going to tear them apart when they grow older.
Yeah, I hate that song. And it's not because it's a bad song. It's because it's I can't listen to that twice in a row. And jeez, it's pretty heavy. It's
haunting. It's very haunting.
That's a good way to describe it.
So, Slade gets frustrated with with Copper for running off to play with Todd so often, so he decides to put him on a leash as well. And when Copper goes to free him, he wakes up Chief.
Todd goes to free him. I said Todd goes to free him. You said Copper goes to free him.
I'm going to write on this piece of paper, Todd Fox.
Sorry, keep going. You're about to describe the chase scene.
Yeah, so this chase scene is wonderful. Hilarity ensues. Mm-hmm. The result of the chase is basically that Slade vows to kill Todd if he ever sees him going after his chickens again.
Right, and let me break down some stuff about Amos here. So, both of his dogs... No, not both of his dogs. Only Chief. Chief and his chickens escape. And in response, he goes to hunt down a fox that he's like, this fox is the reason they escaped, which is nuts because he should go catch his chickens and dog. But he goes to hunt down the fox from a car, and then he shoots at another car, and then when Widow Twee pulls over, he is casually sexist about it.
Incredibly.
Yeah, and it's like
he...
It makes it feel really good when she shoots his car.
Oh, that felt so nice. I was like cheering her on, like, yes.
In fact, that's pretty much the one thing I remembered from this movie as a kid, where she shoots his car and then just goes, well, now it ain't loaded. I was like, ooh.
That's such a good scene. So, Slade vows to kill Todd if he ever sees him again, and then once winter rolls around, him, Copper, and Chief go on a long hunting trip where he hopes to teach Copper how to become the best hunting dog there is.
Let me put in 2 of my notes about this particular winter fiasco. 1.
You got it.
There is a scene with Dinky, Boomer, and the Caterpillar, wherein whoever is writing this movie did not bother to look up how electricity works, because those birds were not grounded.
Yeah.
And that stupid caterpillar doesn't die and just flicks on and off now. And also, I just put this one note in because I'm a little bit curious about it. And it's, I wonder if you can actually train a dog to hunt a fox after it's befriended a fox.
I mean, I feel like you can. The dog's only job is to get to the thing and then howl.
You might be right. I honestly, I'm curious, like, if a dog lives with a cat, will it, like, mangle another cat?
It probably would. I mean, it's not like the cat that it's not like every other cat is that cat.
I was just kind of curious, sort of a thought experiment. I think you're probably right.
So, after the long winter, Copper grows up, and so does Todd.
Yeah, they're both big, and everybody's talking about how big
Copper
they are
is
and how
massive.
great they are.
Yeah, pretty much. There are multiple scenes where pretty much everyone's praising Todd, and meanwhile Copper just gets to sit in the front of a truck.
That's one of the things that I like really didn't like, and sort of an overarching thing about the movie. You know what? I'll save that one because it works better if I mention it at the end.
So, just a quick side note, by the way, Copper is voiced by Kurt Russell.
Oh, really?
Yes, and I just wanted to mention that because I believe it's important to recognize whenever Kurt Russell is in your life.
Listeners, stay vigilant, as always.
So I'm here to let the audience know whenever a voice actor of note is in one of these movies, like Kurt Russell. And trust me, there is someone equally amazing in The Fox and the Hound too.
I did notice Piglet in The Fox and the Hound.
Yeah.
He was the hedgehog later in the movie.
Yep.
And only after doing a few of these podcasts have I started noticing classic Disney voices in Disney movies. Yeah.
Everywhere. They're everywhere. Especially during this era. So, Todd goes to talk to Copper, and Copper's telling him, hey, you know, I'm a hunting dog now. You're my prey. This isn't going to work out, but we can still be friends. Just also never talk to each other. At which point I'm thinking...
I'm sorry, why don't you tell me what you were thinking, and I'll tell you what that made me think.
Because, you know, that made me think that Copper really didn't want to be friends with Todd anymore.
Here's the thing. So Todd goes, we're still friends, aren't we? And Copper says something like, it's complicated now. And here's what I think he really meant. I've killed most of your extended family. Like, do you have any idea how many fox necks I've snapped? Yeah, because they've just been struggling after they've been shot, and somebody needs to do it. Like, that's what I was looking at, and I was thinking, wow, he's probably killed a lot of foxes, and is pretty uncomfortable with this conversation.
But while they're talking, Chief wakes up and starts howling over for Slade, and a big old chase happens again. But this time, Todd runs over to a rail yard and hides beneath some wood while Chief runs past.
There is a shorter part of the scene before that I wanted to mention. There's this great dark mirror of... So the scene where Copper originally tracks down Todd is all lighthearted because they're puppies. And there's a really good dark mirror of it where he tracks down Todd here, but it's to kill him, and he has to make the decision, do I lead them to him? Like, is my job, or do I keep going? And he lets him go. And then
Copper mucks it up accidentally, his escape, and Chief finds him again, and Copper decides to run across the rail line bridge.
Okay.
And an oncoming
Todd
train...
is the fox, though.
Todd is the fox? Did I say Copper?
Yeah, you said Copper like 3 times.
God damn it. Oh my god. Disney, you need to name your animals with names that are not hard to... I don't know why this is so hard for me.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna...
And also your female
now.
leads. Come on, Disney.
So, there's an easy way for me to remember this, actually. So, Todd mucks up his coppers, letting him go a bit, and Chief catches him again. He runs across this rail line, and there's an oncoming train, and Todd, being a small fox, just kind of ducks down the wood line, but Chief, who's a big old dog, gets hit by the train and flies off the bridge. It's very dramatic. And this is my second issue with this movie.
Are you going to tell me that you're...
I think that Disney should have killed the dog.
Wow.
Because the next series of scenes makes no goddamn sense, because Copper understands more than anybody what Chief does to animals that he catches, and he's mad at Todd because Chief broke his leg and vows to kill him.
You know what? That's a good point, because when I was watching this, I could not remember anything about this movie, and I saw Chief get hit by a train, and I was like, what the fuck? They hit a dog with a train? And then, like, in the next scene, as Amos is yelling, it's, like, casually revealed that he's alive.
Yeah.
Because you're not sure he's alive at the end of that first scene, because he's moving, but it could be I've gotten hit by a train, I have about 30 seconds left moving, you know?
Yeah.
So, yeah, that makes sense, actually, because, right, exactly how badly do you need revenge over something you're gonna get past in a month?
Yeah,
6
it's
weeks.
like... And, okay, there is a point to be made that, you know, when an animal breaks its leg, that could be the end of its life for a lot of them. Like, there's a good chance that Chief will never recover, and he will just be a mangled dog for the rest of his life. And that is very tragic, but the thing is, like, as a kid, I don't know that. Like, as a kid, it's just, like, this dog broke its leg, and Copper is vowing to kill his best friend forever over that. And, like, I get, you know, it's the heat of the moment, and you think maybe Chief might die. Sure, vow death against your friend all you want, but once you realize he's going to be fine, maybe leave a little note for Todd somewhere saying, hey, said a lot of things last night, some of those things I regret. Just want to let you know Chief is fine. I got a bit heated. I don't actually want to kill you. But no, he wants to kill him. Amos Slade goes and bangs on Widow Tweed's door saying, I'm going to kill that fox. I'm going to kill him. The moment he leaves this house, I'm going to kill him.
Yeah.
And Widow Tweed's like, well, shit.
And then she makes a decision that I cannot get behind, because she has raised an animal all of its life. Which means, for all intents and purposes, it is not a wild animal anymore. And basically the worst thing you can do to a creature that's not a wild animal is let it free into the wild.
I would agree with you, but studies have shown that domesticating animals is a multi-generational thing. So, for all intents and purposes, Todd still has those instincts, and his body is still trained to react a certain way, even if he didn't grow up.
I'm not
in
so
that
certain
environment.
That's entirely true, because there's so much learned stuff, though. And, like, you know, he gets to the forest, he doesn't know how to find a place to sleep, and stuff like that. And he does end up surviving because he's friends with Big Mama, so he's fine.
The other big thing is, like, Todd might not know anything about the forest, but the thing is the forest he is in isn't just the wild. It's a game preserve. It's a national, basically a federally protected zone to just let animals live.
But, I mean, foxes have predators that aren't just Amos.
Not really.
A hawk can pick off a fox if it's really hungry.
Yeah, if it's really hungry. But, you know, I think the decision is still sound, because I think it would be better for the fox for her to let it go rather than to keep it cooped up inside of a house where it's just going to go crazy.
Yeah, you might be right.
While your crazy neighbor stalks your yard with a shotgun, hoping to shoot it the moment it comes out.
I will say, one more time, just to push my own point. So around here, we have the Metro Parks, which is just a really good state-funded park service. And in some of these places they would have sort of not exactly zoos. They would have like a few cages with a few animals in them. And they would be animals that you can't really see at zoos because you're not allowed to keep them in cages. But these animals would all have like one wing or something. And there were a couple of birds.
Yeah.
I can't remember what kind of bird. There were a couple of birds that they had been born there, so they were never going to be released into the wild because they just didn't know enough. Because, you know, if... I remember watching a video like this. If an animal is born in captivity, then you want to convince it that it's not in captivity because you don't want it to be friendly to humans. I specifically remember a video with a baby panda where these people were just dressed up as pandas taking care of it because that's like their only option.
Interesting.
But anyway,
that is very
regardless of who's right, Todd ends up in the game preserve.
Where it's raining, it's very sad. There's another song that is sung at this point.
I don't remember it.
That starts, yes, because it starts with Widow Tweed thinking about this poem about how much she loves Todd and how happy they made each other and how much she needed Todd as much as he needed her for where she was in her life. And then after she thinks this poem, like a kind of a group choir starts singing her poem in it was very beautiful
and
ensemble,
also a very sad song. Like again,
there's
no happy songs in this movie. We never get the Hakuna Matata.
This is
just the layback. This is gonna be the easy song.
You keep referencing.
It's because I love the Lion King, Andy.
That's understandable, but I am trying so hard over here on my side of the mic not to just talk about how amazing the Lion King musical is, which I got to see not 3 days ago. I feel like we should
save that for our new special direct-to-video DVD extras.
Yes, that is the perfect name for what those are going to be called. DVD extras. Oh man, I'm so excited to talk about it. But anyway,
yes,
more foreshadowing.
Yeah.
So,
what are you going to do about it, Hollywood?
Todd ends up spending the night.
All right.
Todd ends up spending the night
Piglet.
with the porcupine.
I'm sure the porcupine has a name, but it's Piglet.
And is woken up the next morning. It doesn't actually. It's just a porcupine. The porcupine accidentally wakes up Todd, and Todd gets into some shenanigans with the badger and gets told to go home, and Todd is just really sad. He's really sad. Meanwhile, Big Mama's trying to find Todd so that she can, like, help him adjust to living out in the wild, because he's never done that before. And she ends up finding Vixie.
Which I just realized now is, like, the lamest name.
Yeah. Well, Todd is, I believe, male fox in some language. I don't remember which one.
Okay.
But Todd is also, like, a variation of fox. It's just not as obvious. So Vixie is a female fox who also knows Big Mama somehow. Apparently Big Mama just
Big
goes
Mama
on.
knows everybody, okay? And Vixie, Vixie, to put it in very few words, is pretty much DTF.
Yeah, actually. She, Big Mama mentions, like, oh, I'm looking for Todd, who is a fox, who is around your age, I guess. And Vixie's like, oh, really?
Yeah. I guess
maybe
there aren't a lot of foxes on the game preserve, and she's...
Yeah, she's immediately just like, I'm gonna help you find him. He sounds great. It's like, girl, you don't know, you only know this guy's name. You don't know what his deal is.
And here's the thing. His courting of her is the worst. He is the worst in that situation because he's just gotten over the worst day of his life. And she's close enough that he can blame it on her.
Yeah, which he makes all the mistakes that you can think of making on a first impression, in which he puts on this kind of like gung-ho, hey, I'm the best facade, brags about being able to do something that he cannot do, tries to do it, fails miserably, then blames his failure as well as all of his other failures on her. All within the span of like 3 minutes.
He does bad. He breaks bad. And she still goes for it. Like, that still works somehow.
Because, well, to be honest, Big Mama gives him a bit of advice.
I do not remember her advice, but if it wasn't get over yourself, then it wasn't exactly right.
It was something along the lines of get over yourself and be yourself.
I like Big Mama.
You know,
she's so wise.
She's very wise. Which, I mean, she is an owl. A talking owl. Disney has a lot of talking owls.
Sorry?
Nothing. Sorry. Nothing.
I
was
was
just realizing that Disney has a lot of talking owls.
Yeah, I just had the thought that I can think of 3 off the top of my head, and there's probably more.
Huh.
One of them they had to have because, Winnie the Pooh.
Yeah, owl is a major character. Sometimes.
Right. In some stories, he's a major character, and some he's tertiary, or not there at all. I love Owl and Winnie the Pooh, though, because he thinks he's wise, and so is everybody else, and he's not. That's my favorite thing about him.
He's great. As time goes on, I hate Rabbit less and less, because I see more of myself in Rabbit.
Rabbit becomes more and more reasonable when you start to grow up and you think, well, I wouldn't want a bear to come in and eat all my honey and get stuck in my door.
To be fair, Rabbit does make the best of it, uses him as like a coat hanger.
Paints a smiley face on his butt.
Oh, those movies are great. So after a second attempt, Todd and Vixie just hit it off, and they love each other very much, and they go to bed together in the little den.
And this makes the next scene more powerful, because suddenly Todd has something else to lose.
That's right, because in the next scene we see Amos and Copper breaking into the game preserve, and Copper's tracking Todd, and they eventually set up bear traps near the water hole. And then they wait. And Todd wakes up, and him and Vixie are walking around, and Vixie has accelerated their relationship from, I just met this guy, to, I think having 6 little fox babies would be perfect.
Okay, here's the thing, though. She is a fox. They don't have a lot of time. They're working on a different schedule than what we're working on.
I understand, but I feel like, I don't know, it's still weird to me how quickly she went from, like, not knowing a guy to just, like, you know what? Although, to be fair, Todd is a very healthy, quote-unquote, big, handsome fox.
Here's the thing. And I hate to bring it up like this, because it feels like it's demeaning the character, but it's not, because I think it's what they wanted to get across. She's definitely in heat. And
I wouldn't say that.
They definitely just doinked.
You don't think so?
Okay.
I don't think so.
Well, they possibly just doinked. And possible she's thinking about it. And when an animal is in heat, they don't have sex for pleasure. They have it to have babies.
But yeah, she's definitely like planning very far ahead. Meanwhile, Todd's just like, "You're amazing. I'm not listening because I'm so caught up by you."
Todd, I think he might be a terrible boyfriend.
But he's got pretty eyes, so that's fine. I guess. I mean, that's all she wants out of him, I guess.
He's the quote unquote strong female character.
Oh my god. Oh man.
He's the manic pixie dream boy that changes her life forever.
Oh man. Hey, we don't know. Maybe the Fox and the Hound 2 should have been about Vixie and the things that led her to that, to just be sitting near that pond.
I kind of would have loved for it to be like a How I Met Your Mother spin-off. I would have liked Fox and the Hound 2 to be about Vixie. Not because we're not going to talk about Fox and the Hound 2 yet, but they introduced a lot of new characters that I had no reason to give a shit about.
Yeah, but we'll get to that.
Let's just finish this one up.
And we're almost done. So Todd and Vixie make their way to the watering hole, and Vixie immediately is like, yo, wait, something's up. There are, like, no animals over here. And Todd's like, I'm sure it'll be fine. I'll go first, and then I'll let you know if everything's okay.
I will make a note here to continue an argument that we stopped having. Obviously, he doesn't know how to live in the wild.
No, I understand completely.
Okay.
But I'm just saying that Widow Tweed also made the good choice.
I don't know, man. She could have moved.
I mean, maybe. I don't know if she could have, man. Maybe, like, if that's her husband's house, like, she's not going to leave.
You think she wants to live in that big empty house?
I think she loves... I don't think she's afraid of it. Okay, give me a bit. Sorry about that.
No, it's fine.
The door was creaking, and I was getting chills. So, Amos Slade put down some bear trap. And Todd, on his way to the water hole, manages to miss every single one. And then, when Amos Slade and Copper start barking at him and shooting at him, as he runs out, manages to trip all of them but one and not get caught. Good on you, Todd. You're
have one note here. It's, in a movie focused so much on hunting, animals sure can't catch anything, can they? Because they worked hard. And that just wasn't happening. So
the chase is on, and now Todd and Vixie are both trying to escape Copper and Amos, and Todd thinks he gets the runaround on them, and they go back to their den, only to have Copper show up and start very viciously, like, digging at the hole.
Copper's done with this shit.
And there is a point in which Todd actually, like, starts fighting back and also looks very frightening.
Yeah, I thought that was a real interesting sort of art idea to make it like both of your leads, now they're wild animals, you know?
I really liked it. It was very cool. Amos, being the brilliant asshole that he is, goes to the other exit of the den underneath this tree.
There's always more than one, and he knows that.
And starts setting it on fire. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, he's been hunting for who knows how long.
Exactly. And he smokes him out.
Except, with Copper's teeth at one end and fire at the other, Todd decides to make the choice to push himself and Vixie through the flames.
Right. Which is a bold move.
It's a very bold move. 10 out of 10. He totally makes it work.
They're good dogs.
And they get chased. As they get chased up a hill, Copper tells Vixie to go one way while he diverts them toward a waterfall.
Okay, but Todd does that.
Sorry. God damn it.
In like
Todd,
3 more episodes, this podcast is just going to be me correcting you on names.
I'm going to get flashcards next time. You know what? I'm going to get flashcards. I'm just going to have all the characters that are important posted up on the wall in front of me with strings that are colored that signify their relationships to each other.
Sure, you're going to have a crazy murderer wall.
A conspiracy theory board, yeah.
Right.
For
but
every
of
Disney movie.
Characters.
And they're all going to point to a vaguely Mickey Mouse-shaped silhouette with a giant question mark over it.
Yes. Anyway, in this scene, Amos compares himself to the devil.
Yes, he does.
And he somehow does not realize, like, he's not self-aware enough to realize how absolutely destructive he's being to everything around him, including himself and his dogs. To call him a flawed character implies that there are perfections somewhere. He's all flaws. Like, the one good trait he has is he loves his dogs. Mm-hmm. But the way he shows that is by killing foxes, so it's not, like, great.
Yeah, he's still a very destructive person.
Because he loves his dogs when they're killing foxes, and he takes revenge on a fox when his dog's hurt. Like, that's not normal behavior.
Yeah. While Copper and Amos are tracking Todd and Vixie escapes, suddenly bear. Mm-hmm. And this bear is the most frightening fucking thing.
Yeah, that's a scary bear. And there's like this popular trope about using bears to up the ante. Like, if you want to put your characters in trouble and you want, without any explanation, for the audience to immediately know that they're in serious trouble, you put a bear in there.
Just bear.
Yeah, just bear.
And that bear is frightening. Mm-hmm. Like, if you haven't seen The Fox and the Hound in a long time, go look at this bear. I'm like 90% sure that this bear is the reason I didn't watch this movie a lot as a kid.
Well,
that scene is horrifyingly scary.
The whole last scene's got a lot of scary stuff in it. But especially Todd jumping on the bear. That was kind of spooky. Like, that whole thing was not great.
Yeah, because all of a sudden now Amos and Copper are fighting a bear, and Todd, like, caught between a rock and a hard place where he could escape, but his best friend's gonna die. He could help his best friend, but his best friend also vowed to kill him.
So Todd might not be a great boyfriend, but he's pretty much the best friend anyone could ever ask for, because Copper was trying to kill him like 30 seconds ago.
And Todd just immediately... But the thing is, you know what? Is Todd is the one who was like kind of... He was the one who said, we're going to be best friends forever. Like, that's... I think for Todd, it's more important that he be the best friend, even if Copper...
That's heavy, man.
...is in this bad place.
And you're right, it would make so much more sense if Ace died. Chief. Ace is Batman's dog.
Chief. Yes, he is.
Then Ace the Bat Hound comes in. Now this is where the movie loses me.
So here's the thing, right? Is I was totally on board, and then all of a sudden, Crypto the Super Mutt and Ace the Bat Hound
Crypto shoots lasers at the bear, and I'm like, okay, I did not realize this was a DC crossover. Yeah.
Crossover thing, yeah.
But anyway.
So So Copper and Amos are fighting a bear, except actually Copper's fighting a bear because Amos gets his foot stuck into that bear trap,
Yes.
Chekhov's bear trap
And we
that I
were both
mentioned
very
earlier.
good at not mentioning what happened to the one bear trap.
He steps in a bear trap, loses his gun. Amos is out of the fight, and he's very worried about getting killed by bear. Copper's fighting a bear, but he gets beaten off pretty quickly.
Yeah.
But then Todd comes in, and Todd has this on lockdown. Todd might have never lived in the wilderness before, but he knows how to fight a bear. Because he just is all up in that, starts scratching at his face and eyes.
Do you know why he knows how to fight a bear? Because of the widow tweet, I bet.
She took him out to her bear wrestling. That's what she did when she wasn't milking cows and making pie. So Todd manages to get the bear going after him, and then he tries to run across the waterfall to the log.
Something happens,
or the bear throws him there.
But the point is that the bear ends up breaking the log and falling down the waterfall, right?
Yeah, so Todd and the bear pull a Sherlock and Moriarty and fall to their deaths. Except Todd, pulling the ultimate Sherlock, survives. And he comes crawling out of the mist.
I'll say this too. The waterfall scene is kind of reminiscent of the train scene.
Yes. There's so many... I think in any other universe where this movie maybe was produced with a lot less trouble behind it, this movie can be used as a good example of antithesis in film. Of just, like, there are so many times when one scene and another scene are obviously made to look like each other so that you can be like, oh...
There's a lot of good callbacks in this movie.
Thematic irony is.
No dramatically looking into reflections, but you can't have everything.
Deception.
God, that was in my head forever. You piece of crap. Oh, jeez.
Yeah. So, Todd comes crawling out of the mist. He's super beaten up, but hey, you know what? He just killed a bear, so as far as I'm concerned, he's the ultimate badass. Amos limps over, and Copper walks over to him, and Amos points his gun at the fox that just saved his life.
This is a broken human.
Yeah, and it takes Copper a bit, but eventually he decides to be like, you know what? No. And he stands in front of Todd and is like, if you're gonna shoot Todd, you're gonna have to go through me.
Right, except he doesn't do that, because he just gives him, like, dog eyes, because he's a dog.
Eventually, I mean, yeah, obviously he doesn't actually say it, but...
Right, I'm just you were making the subtext text there, and I wanted everybody to be certain that it's subtext.
Okay, yeah, he doesn't, the dogs do talk, but it's like animals speak when like animals can talk, whatever. So, Amos gives up and is like, you know what, fine, let's just go home.
I wasn't actually expecting this to happen, but I was in a weird way sort of half expecting Amos to quickly turn around as soon as Copper walked off and shoot Todd.
Boom, done, end of movie. But no, so I would have liked one extra scene to have been there in which Vixie goes to help Todd up, because they just leave Todd lying in water. He could have drowned. Like, he's not going anywhere anytime soon. He could have gotten picked up by a particularly hungry hawk.
Okay, so let me tell you about the particularly hungry hawk. Let me tell you about what I dislike about the end of this movie. So, there's that, and then there's the end scene where you see Vixie and Todd, and they're, like, watching the farm. And you can see Copper and... there's also the scene where Amos is getting his leg fixed up by the Widow Twee, because she's that kind of person, I guess, who will help someone she despises.
I don't think she despises him. I think she's just tired of his bullshit.
In the second movie, there was much more stuff that was, like, almost like shipping them, and I was not into it. I was like, what are you doing? That's not their relationship.
That's so weird.
There's a crazy old man. There's a
Woman's
crazy
got
old
gump,
man
I'll
who's
give
a
you
hunter,
that.
and a crazy old woman who's like a hippie, and like that's their deal. They're not about to make out. What are you doing?
Yeah.
But so there's this very sweet ending. Todd and Cooper have proven that they're friends forever.
Copper.
What did I say? Cooper? Okay, Todd and Copper. Cooper's a decent name for a dog. So's Copper, though. Todd and Copper have proven that they'll be friends forever, but they will very likely never see each other again. Plus, Todd's got this family, and all Copper has is the old man and the old dog. But that's
his family.
That is his family. And it's just, this is maybe something I shouldn't get too much into because it's almost like the plight of the modern dog. But, like, his family is kind of skeletal by comparison to Todd's family. You know, he's basically,
I don't know.
His family's basically two old guys, and Todd's got, like, you know, his is gonna get bigger.
Sorry, I just got a text.
No, it's fine. Didn't turn off your phone for the podcast. No, that's cool. Whatever.
Hey, I didn't... People don't text me, okay? Like, I don't expect to get texts ever, so every time I get one, it's like, well, shit. So, the last thing that happens in the movie to me is, like, the thing that actually did make me cry. Because this whole movie, I'm like, you know what? This movie's sad, but nothing about it is sad enough to make me cry. Until the very end of the movie where Copper is lying down and all of a sudden you start hearing Todd and Copper's kid selves making the promise that they'll be best friends forever. And I don't know why, but that hit me so hard.
It was pretty rough, I gotta say.
Like,
you know how Disney movies have happy endings now?
Yeah.
That's like a recent development, it feels like.
Yeah, because this movie ends on, like, the most bitter, like, this is the most bittersweet any ending can get, where, like, they're never gonna be able to be friends together ever again. That sucks. That's terrible.
They're not gonna...
I still think Chief should have died, but 9 out of 10, like, I didn't expect this movie to be as good as it was.
I can't stand a movie that's so dark. Like, that takes itself so seriously. In the way that this movie takes itself so seriously. In that you never really have that breather moment. You know, this is the scene that's just the happy scene. Everything is just leading up to the next awful thing. After the first, like, 15 minutes.
Yeah.
But it was good. I'll say that. It was good, but I don't have to like it. Okay, and then...
So wait, before we move on to the Fox and the Hound 2, I'm going to take a quick break because I need to get a water bottle. Okay. And I say we're going to take a quick break, but...
We're going to take a quick break. You just stay tuned.
Yeah, like, all the listeners going to hear is, we're going to take a quick break, and then next thing.
Unless, for some reason, we leave the quick break in there like maniacs.
But I'll be right back.
Okay. Oh, jeez. I took the second while you were gone to look at Twitter, and it's debate night, and I'm closing it again.
Oh, mother... That's right, it's debate night. Oh, no. Yeah, somebody on my Twitter just tweeted, oh shit, I totally forgot about the debate.
That could have been me.
Fuck. Okay, apparently this debate is very boring.
That just means that Trump hasn't done anything insane yet, which is fine.
Yeah.
Okay? Like, you're not supposed to go there to be entertained, you're supposed to hear about policies.
Yeah. Well, okay, so...
Yes, if we could...
God damn, my tweets are rolling in so fast.
If we could never talk about election season, that would be just magical.
Yeah, instead, you know what we should talk about?
I don't know. Is it a country western musical sequel?
Yes, it is. A country western musical sequel. So, The Fox and the Hound 2 came out in 2006, and this is the Fox and the Hound movie that I watched this as a kid. I did not watch this as a teenager taking care of kids.
You watched this movie as a kid?
I watched this movie as a kid. I had it on DVD, and I would watch it almost every weekend.
DVD, huh? Not VHS?
VHS.
That's surprising to me, because I did not know that this movie existed.
So, this is one of the, if not the, I think it's not the last. It's not. So, this is...
Oh, it's one of the last direct-to-video ones? Because this is when they started losing money on them?
Yeah, this is almost there. This movie had a budget of almost $24 million.
Damn! It does look
and
it. I'll say that. And
it shows. This movie is animated very well.
It's animated very well. They had a bunch of songs that were definitely written just for the movie, and big names to sing them.
Reba McEntire's in this movie, and Patrick Swayze in one of his final film credits.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he died 3 years after the release of this film.
I did not realize that.
Just to bring everyone back down.
Bringing everybody back down. We're just gonna be down here from now on.
Down here.
Down here.
Why does you adding more timbre to your voice make you all of a sudden more British?
I wish I could answer that question, Andy. It's just
So joining us also for this movie is Jeff Foxworthy, who is the epitome of country western comedy.
Sure, comedy. End quote.
Larry the Cable Guy was probably busy.
Was this when he was big? Was he big in 2006?
I think he was.
When did Cars come out?
I think this was... you know what? Let me find out.
Yeah, because he was big, like, probably a year or two before Cars came out.
You know what? I just typed Cars in, and I don't know why I just expect... Cars came out the same year.
Okay. So, yeah, I guess...
So he was definitely busy.
Lawrence was busy, because he definitely wasn't turning down roles.
So, whoa, wait a minute. Oh my god.
What?
I just realized that the voice actor for Speed McQueen is Owen Wilson. How have I never known this?
Oh, I didn't know that, but it's because I've never seen Cars. Because I don't hate
myself. You should see Cars. Cars isn't bad. It's just not good. Cars 2 is bad. It is very not good.
This is... Okay, fine.
So
in this movie,
oh man,
the first thing they do, pretty much, is to paint Cooper as a failure.
Okay, they don't paint him as a failure.
He says he fails at everything. Like, he's not good at anything.
He says that, but he's a kid.
That's the thing, though. In the first movie, you never got the idea that Copper ever really failed at anything. Like, this is something that they placed on his character. Like, you're a failure. You have to get over this by the end of the movie.
To be fair, they placed this entire movie on all the characters.
That is true.
Except Big Mama, Boomer, and...
Dinky.
Because they are nowhere to be found in this movie.
Which hurts. Because they were awesome.
They were so integral to Todd growing up, but this movie isn't about Todd.
No, this is Copper's movie.
This is Copper's movie, which is kind of weird because the last movie didn't feel like it was Todd's movie.
Except for one other thing. It's also not Copper's movie. It's a movie about a dog version of Patrick Swayze and Reba McEntire.
Okay, that's a good point. Dog Patrick Swayze and Dog Reba McEntire, whose names are Cash and Dixie.
And it's so weird because... It's almost like Todd and Copper are the backdrop to which their story gets told. But anyway, what I wanted to note is Copper goes, hey, maybe I'll be good at hunting. And, that got dark so fast.
That is such a dark joke, and I want to meet the person who wrote that line and give them the biggest high five in the world, because they are terrible, and they know how to make me laugh.
That's so awful.
They should have played like an ominous thung the moment he said that. So Todd and Copper are chasing a cricket.
Yep, they go chasing the cricket. Well, wait.
Yeah.
I think we have to talk about, don't we get a mirror of the chase scene? No,
not yet.
Is that later? That's fine then. They're chasing a cricket.
So they're chasing a cricket, and while they're chasing a cricket, Disney sequels have a penchant for singing songs that are very on the nose, because the song that plays is called Friends for Life, which I feel like if you had watched this movie and you had not ever watched the original Fox and the Hound movie, this movie could be very cute, but having just come hot off the heels of watching The Fox and the Hound, like, it's so weird to think that a couple of, like, not even a year after the events in this movie, these two characters are going to try to kill each other.
And what we learned in this movie is that what they could have done is not been enemies and just...
They could have run away with the singing dog band.
And, like, that was always on the table, apparently.
There's an alternate universe where Copper, like, just became one of the biggest singing dogs in America.
Yeah, and Todd's...
Which is apparently a
his
thing
entourage,
in this universe.
which is just great.
So... This movie made me learn something about myself.
Okay, is this...
This movie is the reason I say entourage.
Oh my god.
I've been wondering for years where I got that joke, and it's from this movie. I think I said it in an earlier podcast episode.
Entourage. That's so... It's not a funny joke by itself. It's funny that it has informed your life in that particular way.
It so shook me. So while they're chasing this cricket, eventually Chief gets involved, and even it's like the people who storyboarded this scene were like, we're gonna take the chase scene in the first movie and we're gonna up the ante so much.
Yeah.
Because you know what? That last scene only involved chickens. This one, we're going to get everyone in there. The chickens, the cow, pigs.
Yeah, everybody's in there. And the thing is, this is the second time. That means that twice, Chief has just dragged his barrel behind him. Which means that Amos has got to put up a goddamn fence. Because obviously the barrel thing doesn't work.
Yeah, the barrel thing isn't working out for him very much. There's a wonderful moment in this chase sequence where Amos Slade ends up with a bucket on his head, on the back of a cow, holding a shotgun in nothing but his sleepwear. And Chief, who is chasing Todd, both of them run off camera and then slowly walk back on camera to watch these events unfold.
That was like a really funny moment. And my issue with every Disney sequel is that it has to be, it can't be too tonally different from the first one. But with this one, they immediately throw that idea out the window. They're like, no, this is a goofy sequel.
This is, I think, this is the first sequel we've seen, I think, since Pocahontas 2 that just embraced the situation that they are in, which is, we know this isn't going to be good.
You said the words Pocahontas 2, and a faraway smile appeared on my lips. And I was just like, remember those good old days when John Smith was a ghost?
Oh, man. So this movie kind of keeps that level of ridiculousness that it sets up with this chase scene, and it keeps escalating.
There's a dog with hair.
Yeah, Dixie's ears are just hair.
That made me so mad. I was like, I know she's a girl dog. Why can't she be a girl dog with just, like, girl dog features? Why can't she look like a dog?
Oh, yeah, no, even the older dog, Granny Rose, has, like, a bonnet on so that you know.
Yeah,
This is a girl dog, by the way. So, obviously, after this chase, Copper gets tied up to the barrel, and then Amos and Chief go off to the fair, because the fair's in town, and they're gonna go and join the hunting competition, which Chief has gotten 4th place, and he really makes it adamantly clear that they don't just give those 4th place ribbons to anybody.
And I'm not real sure what the joke is there.
I think it's just that.
I guess it's just kind of funny, but it's like, 4th place is still enough to kill a fox.
Yeah, right, like, he's still... That's the thing, is a lot of these jokes are like... A lot of the jokes about hunting are weird.
It's like I'm putting it up against the original, and in the original, Chief was a good hunter, he was never the greatest hunter. Because if he was the greatest hunter, then Copper couldn't be the greatest hunter. But he is a good enough hunter. He is a good enough hunter to kill a lot of stuff, so maybe 4th place is pretty freaking good for the Tri-County Fair.
I need to backtrack up for a bit because I just forgot an amazing thing. So there is a moment in which Widow Tweed is yelling at Amos Slade, and she says, that's all of my milk that you just lost. And Amos says, woman, I don't care about your dang milk. And Widow Tweed says, well, then maybe you'd like some pie to go along with it. And throws a pie that she just baked right into his face.
And it's like, she was definitely gonna eat that. And she made the decision that, no, this is a more worthy cause. No, she wasn't gonna eat it. She was gonna take it to the fair.
Yeah, she was gonna take it to the fair.
So she had to make the decision that she still had enough time to make another pie.
So Chief and Amos are at the fair. Widow Tweed's at the fair. And so Todd goes to Copper and is like, hey, we should go play. And Copper's like, I'm in trouble, I can't play. Todd's like, well, there's an easy solution to this, and takes his collar off, and they go to the fair. Mm-hmm. At which point we are introduced to the Singing Strays.
Oh boy.
Which is a 5-dog band and a 1 human who dream of one day singing in the Grand Ole Opry.
They do dream of that. Now, before we go any further, I have a list of questions that went unanswered the whole movie.
Okay.
About an all-dog singing group.
Okay,
1.
hit me.
What does a talent scout look for in them, and why? Is he headhunting to find dogs to sing Jingle Bells? Because that's basically the only dog song I know. Jingle Bell dog version. How does a dog quit a group that's run by a human?
Uh-huh.
And why does everyone in this town let their dogs run loose in a county fair? because nobody thinks it's weird that there is a little basset puppy and a fox kit just like chilling,
hanging out.
Yeah, planning to go to
Being
the
friends.
fireworks. Also, I have this other note. The old dog does not have enough teeth left to eat that bone, and she will die without some real food.
Well, I'm glad you brought that up. That's a good point, actually.
Yeah, she needs like gravy or something, like just something she can swallow.
She just needs a tube of liquid meat.
Yeah, like if you get some frozen ground beef, you just have some of that.
So, real quick, by the way, there is a set of twin dogs, Waylon and Floyd.
And they're Pete, right?
What?
They're Pete, right?
I don't know what you mean.
Pete the Bulldog from Mickey Mouse cartoons.
I have no idea, actually.
I think they're Pete. I'm pretty sure I picked that one out pretty early. Because these movies are now find the classic Disney voice actor for me.
Yes, they are, and you'll be happy to note that this is Jim Cummings making his apparently mandatory voice acting role in a Disney film. Like, I think he's required by Disney law, by blood oath, to voice a character in every one of their movies. Because he's in this one voicing two.
Technically two, but they're the same
Technically
character.
They're twin dogs. So Cash, who is voiced by none other than Patrick Swayze himself, has great ambitions for this dog singing troupe of theirs.
Yep.
And Dixie, who is their lead singer, quits the band because she feels like they are above playing at state fairs. At which point I'm thinking, where else have you played? Where else would you go to see a troupe of singing dogs?
I'll tell you where, Andy. The Grand Ole Opry. That's where.
I guess so.
You don't think they've ever been in a recording studio? Because honestly, some dog had to do the Jingle Bells song, right? That could be them.
Yeah. So she quits and goes back to the RV bus thing that they call home. And now this troop of dogs has a big problem because they're supposed to be 5 and they just lost their lead singer. So what are they going to do? Well, they decide to just try and perform without her.
Right. The show must go on. It's
yeah.
noble,
So
really.
the ensuing musical number, which is a song called We're in Harmony, which is sung about 3 times in this movie.
Yeah, I do believe it's the... Here's the thing, though. Yeah, that's the song about them, though. Again, not about Copper or Todd.
Yeah, that's a song that's specifically about Cash and Dixie. It's just that while they're performing, Copper happens to start singing, and Cash thinks, hey, this kid's pretty good. And he just grabs him by the scruff of his neck. By the way, Copper's standing like... This is just an animation thing that I notice a lot. Copper's standing or sitting like 5 feet away from the stage.
Yeah, he's like too far away, and then suddenly he's not anymore.
And suddenly, like, Cash's head just appears above frame and grabs him by the scruff of his neck. And apparently he has, like, Mr. Fantastic powers. Because when it cuts to the stage, he just drops Copper off in the center of it. Like it ain't no thing. But, like, this is just a thing that happens in animation. So
yeah.
I just wanted to bring it up. It happens in The Lion King too, actually.
What are you thinking of?
As in, it happens in The Lion King.
Oh, as well. Okay. What are you thinking of?
The scene in which Simba goes to talk to Nala and his mom just picks him up.
Yeah, I never noticed that about that scene. That it does that cutaway thing.
It's a common animation kind of trick,
Okay, but anyway.
After this, Cash tries to recruit Copper to replace Dixie and is like, you are a stray, right? Because apparently that's like a big deal.
Yeah, and it makes sense on a certain level because you don't, obviously dogs with owners won't let their dogs like run around the whole state or country or whatever. So but it's like kind of weird because it's definitely like, here's the problem for Copper. Ding, ding, ding. Not a stray. Circle
but
twice.
Todd, being the amazing friend that he is...
Todd's a giver.
Says, what? Yeah, he's a stray. He's a stray? Of course he's a stray. He doesn't even have a collar on. And everyone's like, yeah, if he doesn't have a collar on, obviously that means he doesn't have an owner. At which point I'm like, none of you guys have collars. And you guys obviously have an owner.
Yeah, but
man.
He's kind of also sort of like under them.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of build up to these fireworks that Copper will definitely miss, right?
Yeah, Cash tells Todd, hey, you know what? Copper's gonna be big and you want to support your best friend so you could be part of his entourage.
I did not find that funny when he said it, but I find it funny now.
So Copper then ends up spending his entire day with Cash, in which we have another musical number, Hound Dog, I believe. Hound Dude. The name is Hound Dude because Hound Dog is already a song.
Hound Dude. Oh my god, that's terrible.
Hound Dude.
I definitely noticed that while watching it, but having it spelled out for me like that.
So.
Oh yeah, and I gotta say, I hate that the fireworks are like the big thing. Because dogs hate fireworks.
I mean, okay, yes, they do.
They're so loud, and dogs have such sensitive ears. Okay. It doesn't matter. It's just like this weird
disconnect.
Especially because it's a sequel to a movie where all the animals kind of act like animals, you know? That's sort of the whole... In fact, that's the whole point. They act as is natural to them, even though they also want to act as is unnatural to them.
Yeah, but no, not... This movie throws that out the window pretty much instantly.
But I will say I liked the Miss the Fireworks montage more than every other montage scene so far, because it doesn't depict a huge character change. It's just he missed the fireworks.
Yeah, and he obviously isn't even thinking about it. Like he's hanging out with this dog who he sees as like a hero.
Yeah, this cool Patrick Swayze dog.
Yeah, like if I was hanging out with dog Patrick Swayze, I forget about my fox friend. It happens, you know? You don't just meet dog Patrick Swayze every day. So
maybe you do, but how would you know?
Yeah, that's a good point because I don't speak dog. I know that I never will meet dog Patrick Swayze.
I believe in you, Andy.
I mean, Patrick Swayze died, so...
You don't know that dog Patrick Swayze died.
That's a good point. I don't know if Patrick Swayze had dogs, but...
We're getting a little bit off topic.
A little bit. So Todd's pretty mucked up about the whole thing. And he's sitting there, like, cleaning dog bowls. Which, okay, like, how good of a friend is Todd? To be mad that Copper missed his, like, their friend date, but he's still doing the job. He's still doing the job that was given to him.
Todd is a great friend, and also dogs don't need clean dog bowls. Or if they do need them, they don't think they need them, which means it's a weird scene anyway.
During this entire thing, Cash also pretty much fired Dixie, telling her, you know what, we've replaced you. Mm-hmm. So whatever. And Dixie's very beaten up about this. But also, Dixie, loves Cash, so she's not too beat up about it. She's just sad.
Kind of why she's beaten up about it, though, right? Because, I mean, she didn't want to always be doing that stupid band forever, but she kind of did want to always be hanging out with Cash forever.
Yeah.
She just wanted a band that was better than that one.
So she obviously loves Cash, and she's really beaten up about it and sad, but it seems like the only way she can express her sadness when she's around Cash is with anger, which I totally understand. Mm-hmm. Like, I've met people who do that.
On the other hand, she can express her sadness in other ways around other characters. For instance, if she meets a fox cub, she might express it through song.
So that takes us to our... third? Is this our fourth musical number, I think, technically?
And I don't know. I'd have to look it up, and I wasn't planning on it. It's our fourth, because there's the... Yeah, fourth.
This is our fourth. So here we get Depressed Dixie. That's the name of the song. It's just that. And the song is what the title intends. It's just Dixie singing about how sad she is. And while after the song, Todd kind of mentions, like, you know what? I'm just sad that Copper doesn't realize, like, how much I've done for him. You know, like, cleaning all these dog bowls and shit. He's not even a stray. And Dixie's like, tell me more.
Yes, she gets the femme fatale eyes. She knows what's up. She can break the dreams of a puppy.
A plan is hatched between the two of them. Cut to Cash apparently just being a huge douchebag about the whole rehearsal thing. Oh my god, we haven't even been mentioning the subplot with the talent scout and the little girl scout. Which, is that supposed to be a joke? Is that supposed to be a joke? Like, ah ha ha, she's a Girl Scout and he's a talent scout.
I did not realize that was part of the joke.
I feel like they're trying to make that part of the joke. But yeah, so keep in mind this entire time that there is a talent scout from the Grand Ole Opry being shepherded around by this little Girl Scout and getting into all sorts of off-screen shenanigans.
Right, and all he really ever wants is to see these dogs, even if he doesn't know it.
Yeah, his entire existence is he's lamenting the fact that he hasn't seen dogs sing in his entire life.
Right. And
it's the one thing he needs.
Also, this county fair has an elephant?
Yeah.
Which is odd for a county fair. Definitely legal nowadays. I don't know if it always was, though.
Oh my god, I just realized that this movie makes no fucking sense.
Did you just realize that?
Okay, no, but because in the original Fox and the Hound movie, the movie takes place like pre-gas pedal. Like, these are cars that you have to crank to start up.
You do crank them.
This means that those movies had to take place like in the 30s or 40s, but this movie has a bus, like a 60s bus in it.
Is it a 60s bus? Maybe.
Yeah, the bus that the dogs ride around in.
Maybe they just live so far out in the country that they never bothered to upgrade their cars.
That's not a thing. Crank cars did not last very long.
Andy, I'm trying to give the movie some credibility that it has not earned. Because here's another thing. Copper doesn't know where Todd is, right? Because Todd is off doing a secret plan. But it's well established that Copper kind of always knows where Todd is, or can
smell him.
Pretty much immediately find him, because that's the point of the first movie.
A lot of plot holes in this movie is what we're saying. Listeners, take note.
So are we gonna get to the plan, or do you have something else to say about Cash and his...
Well, Cash is being a big old poop head about the whole thing.
Wow. Andy, language.
And he eventually goes to apologize to Copper, and Copper's like really sad that Todd's gone. But Cash eventually convinces him, hey, you know what? Where we're going, we don't need friends. And Copper's like on board with this, like, you know what? Yeah, let's go practice some more. The next day, the talent scout shows up, and these dogs are about to perform, and Dixie sets her plan in motion, which I don't remember what the plan was.
I will tell you.
Okay.
The plan involves another chase scene.
One even bigger than the last.
Yes, because that is the only way to get Amos to find out what Copper's up to, and therefore expose Copper as an owned dog.
Unfortunately, this chase scene goes horribly wrong.
Yeah, and the fact that this particular chase has happened 3 times in Todd's childhood is unsettling in a lot of ways.
Yeah, because the fourth time that this chase happens, bear ensues.
Yeah, so like this is not a great chase.
But eventually, the chase ends with...
I also have a note here that must have happened during this chase, because it just says, I am 94.3% sure that that's not how Ferris wheels work.
Yes, that was during the chase, because this chase ends with the Ferris wheel rolling off of its stand somehow and into the barn where the dogs are singing.
Yeah, okay.
Everything's ruined. The town scout is furious, and he runs away, crying.
Right, and then one of the twin dogs says, why does it always rain when things go wrong? And I just wrote down, go home, Pete, you're self-aware.
Well, the great thing is Pete replies, I just don't know.
It's just...
Jim Cummings acting against himself.
Yes.
Like always.
Jim Cummings is Jim Cummings' greatest enemy. Everyone knows that. I believe
he is. Yes. Nega Jim Cummings is just Jim Cummings.
All right.
They look the same.
Yeah, that was
What were we talking about again?
We're idling up to the end of the movie. We're pretty close.
We're getting there.
Everything's gone to shit.
Everything's gone to shit. Climax of the film. Everyone's super sad. Copper is super mad at... Okay, I'm looking at the Wikipedia page here, and it says, Copper is angry at the fox. And I'm like, whoa, Come on, this fox has a name.
Wow, racist.
Like, whoever wrote this Wikipedia article is like, come on, guys. Like, just write is angry at Todd. We know who Todd is. So, Todd tries to apologize to Copper, but Copper's super pissed, and he's like, I don't want to talk to you ever again. Which is like, ha, not yet, you don't. And Dixie is also trying to apologize, but Cash doesn't want to have any of it, and the band just kind of falls apart right then and there. Everyone's mad, everyone's sad, and it's raining.
End movie. Roll credits. Unless...
Also, Widow Tweed just finds Todd at the fair and picks him up and takes him home without thinking, why is my fox all the way the fuck out here?
Yeah, but, like, throughout his entire childhood, she just let him run around, so...
That's a good point.
It's not that crazy.
So, she's just kind of like, oh no. Dixie goes and apologizes to Copper, saying, hey, you know what? This was all my idea. Don't get too mad at Todd about it. And so Copper goes to Todd, and they're both like, you know what? We're both being super dumb. We should never be mad at each other ever again. At which point I was like, not yet, you don't.
This fucking movie.
I'm like, again, if you've never seen The Fox and the Hound, these moments are very cute. But having just seen The Fox and the Hound, they're very like there needs to be like thunder and like a dramatic string being plucked every time.
He definitely should have run away with that dog, with the dog band.
Oh my god, their lives would have been so much better, though. Mm-hmm. So they go track down Todd goes to Dixie and goes to Cash and the band and says, Dixie's in trouble, she needs your help.
Mm-hmm. No, Copper has to do that, right?
Does Copper do that?
I think Copper has to do that, because Todd definitely has to be the one to fetch Dixie.
Yeah. Yes, you're correct. So Copper tells Cash that Dixie's in trouble, and No. Todd goes to Cash.
Really? Okay.
Yes. Todd goes to Cash, tells him Dixie's in trouble. Cash is like, what? We gotta go find her. And Todd's like, we're going this way. Meanwhile, Copper is trying to track down the talent scout. So once Todd and the rest of the band meet up with Copper, Copper leads them to the talent scout, and then Todd goes and gets Dixie and tells her that Cash is in trouble, and they both just like sprint over there, and they're like, who's in trouble? We're both in trouble, but nobody's in trouble. And then all of the adults stare at the kids.
It's like a Parent Trap moment.
That's exactly what I was gonna say. It's a very Parent Trap moment.
I can't remember the song from a Parent Trap. I was about to start singing it, and I just don't know. Something together.
I think we missed a musical interlude, by the way. I think there's a song that's sung when everyone's sad, but I don't remember.
Probably was a sad musical number. That's too bad. We'll never know now.
Copper gives this little speech about how we're all friends. Why can't we just sing together? And everyone's like, this dog makes a good point.
Which is pretty freaking sneaky, BT dubs. Because Copper's like, we're all friends, but really there's a talent scout, but let's just sing.
Yeah, let's just sing together.
Let's just sing like there's nobody listening. Let's just sing like your futures don't depend on it.
Exactly. Like, let's just sing like we're best friends. And so everyone starts singing the third iteration of We're in Harmony, the reprise. And they're just singing their hearts out, and Todd just opens the door to this. They're in front of a diner, by the way. A 60s style diner.
You're right. They jumped forward like 30 years.
They really did. Opens the door to this diner, and the talent scout's sitting right in front of the door, and he's like, I've never heard dogs sing before. This is the most amazing thing I've heard in my life. This was what my life was leading up to.
This is a sad, strange old man.
I'm Doug Dimmadome, owner of the Dimsdale Dimmadome, and I've never heard dogs sing before. It's not even a joke.
It's just a reference.
Yeah, no, he looks exactly the same, by the way. Like, just to let people know why I made that joke. This character looks exactly like that character. It's very unsettling.
He's got exactly the same hat as Doug Dimmadome.
Everyone makes up, and he's like, we're gonna get these dogs to sing at the Grand Ole Opry. And Cash turns to Copper and says, if you want to join us, you can join us. We could just leave.
Right, despite the fact that he does have an owner, and Cash is breaking his own rule there. But, yeah, basically he doesn't.
Yeah, Copper's thinking, you know what? I can't leave my best friend behind, because we're going to be best friends forever. And decides not to go.
This is the closest we're going to get to a Halloween episode, by the way. This shockingly dark light movie.
Is there even like a Disney movie that's Halloween-esque with the sequel?
I was thinking we could if we were going to do a Halloween episode, which we definitely can't because of how crazy the schedule has been, that we could break tradition and do like a Scooby-Doo.
Oh man, the live action one?
Maybe? I don't know. It doesn't matter if there are a lot of Scooby-Doo movies to pick from, but...
God, they're insane, and I've seen most of them.
But probably, if you had to go for a really Halloween-esque Disney movie, and you can't do Nightmare Before Christmas because there's only one of those, you could probably make it work with Hunchback.
Yeah, I'm looking at the list, and none of them are Halloween-y at all.
That was an unnecessary breakaway from the falling action of the movie.
Yeah, so the movie kind of just ends there. Mm-hmm. The credits of this movie are another song. I don't remember what song it is, though. I think it's Friends for Life again. I'm not actually sure. This movie didn't have to exist.
Here's the thing. There's no reason for this movie to be a Fox and the Hound movie.
Yeah, this movie could have easily been an Air Buddies movie.
Yeah, like Song Buddies
singing buddies. Cow buddies?
No.
There's gotta be an Air Buddies movie where they're cowboys.
Why does there have to be that?
It's such a low bar to hit. No, there isn't. So yes, The Fox and the Hound 2 did not need to exist. I'm glad it exists. This movie apparently has influenced my life more than I know.
On the other hand, the word entourage, the world could have gone without that.
I don't know. I feel like it's really defined me as a person. I feel like a lot of listeners, once they heard me say entourage, were like, we know exactly what kind of person this is.
So you're saying that I can blame this movie for you?
Yes,
okay.
I believe so. A quick note before we get to our kind of final conclusion about this film. This movie is 69 minutes long. Whoa, that sex number.
Is that it? Is that your note? You piece of crap.
Yeah, no, that's it. That was my note.
We don't do that kind of
I just felt like it was important to know. I'll fix it in post.
Okay, so why don't you start off? What did we think of this movie?
I love it. I love this movie, and if you need something, I bet you could pick up this movie for like $1 somewhere. If you want a movie that's okay to show to kids, and you're also okay with your kids singing country western music, this movie's made for you.
Here's the thing. This isn't a bad movie. There's nothing inherently wrong with it. But it didn't, like you said, it didn't need to be made. This didn't need to be a Fox and the Hound movie. That's my biggest complaint about it.
Yeah, this movie, the only reason this movie is a Fox and the Hound movie is because that's a movie with dogs. Why wasn't this a Lady and the Tramp movie?
Yeah,
because
you can't
that's in
have
London.
country western music in London. That's insane. Lady and the Tramp
I feel like
is
they
in
could have
London?
excused it somehow.
You mean Lady and the Tramp and
Yeah.
101 Dalmatians take place in the same city? And there's no crossover?
Okay, wait. Shit. Wait. Now I need to check, because now I'm not sure.
I feel like 101
Now I feel like I'm
Dalmatians is
wrong.
in London, isn't it? Maybe...
It is. 101 Dalmatians is definitely in London because it's Scamp's London Adventure.
Right. Unless he went to London.
I'm trying to find out where this movie takes place. No, you know what? The Lady and the Tramp takes place in the Midwest. So
In
this
theory.
could have been a Lady and the Tramp movie.
I seem to recall Lady and Tramp 2 being not good anyway.
Well, we'll find out eventually.
Right now we should figure out... I forget, because it's been so long, and I did not go back to listen to one of our older podcasts before I started this, like I usually do.
Yeah.
Do we wrap up first, or do we say the next movie we're doing first?
We wrap up, and then we say the next movie, and then we eventually end the podcast at some point.
In that case, thanks so much for listening. I have been Tony Robusto.
Wait, what? What are you doing? We haven't picked the next movie yet.
Okay, we can pick the next movie first. I thought you said that we wrap up first.
No. We wrap up our thoughts on...
Okay.
Okay, big miscommunication here.
You know what? That's at least half my bad. Whose turn is it?
Your turn.
Okay.
It is your turn.
I kind of want to do one of the Stitch movies, but I'm not sure how we're gonna do multiple sequels yet. So maybe I'll do something a little bit easier.
Yeah.
Disney direct-to-video sequels, which means I'm also not doing the Aladdin movies. Oh, here's one we can try. Hercules Zero to Hero.
What is that?
I have never heard of it.
I cannot find this.
1999 direct-to-video follow-up. Oh, it serves as the pilot to the animated series.
Okay, so that's not...
But
that's weird, because Kronk's New Groove feels like what that is described as, but Kronk's New Groove is listed as an actual sequel. So you want to do that?
Yeah, why don't we hit that one?
All right. Okay. This one's probably going to be weird to find.
It kind of sounds like you can just watch 3 episodes of the television series.
I do not remember there being a Hercules animated series.
I remember it for the reason that they once did an Aladdin crossover. And apparently, I don't remember this, but I remember somebody talking about it. In the Aladdin crossover, so the Aladdin series starts after Return of Jafar. So Jafar's dead.
Yeah.
So Hades teams up with him in the afterlife. Which I kind of love.
Oh my goodness. Really mixing up your, I'm sure they made it work.
Here's the thing. They got James Woods as Hades.
Hey.
So
they're doing something right.
But
I mean, he's no Patrick Swayze, so.
That's true. He's not Patrick Swayze. All right. Now do you want to wrap up?
I think now we can wrap up. Yes, now we can end the podcast.
Okay.
forever.
We're
never coming back. This is the final episode. So
so thanks for listening to Direct to Video. I have been Tony Robusto.
And I have been Andy Reyes.
Now here's the thing. I'm breaking up here's the thing though. We gotta say our Twitter handles. So how do we manage that?
Well, you can find me at royalty_Valens.
Right, he says the underscore because it's important.
The underscore is very important. People don't realize how important underscores are.
And you can find me at TheaterVats, Theater ER, and you can find the podcast at direct2.video.
That's a really good URL. I'm glad you managed to snatch that.
Thank you. I thought it was great too. And I was waffling over whether or not I actually wanted to get it. And I was like, no, I have to. It's too good. And next time we will be reviewing, here's the thing, there is a distinct possibility that the next episode you listen to will be Kronk's New Groove. But the next time we record...
oh my god, that's right.
Yeah, because we say it at the end. The next time we record, it's going to be Hercules 0 to Hero.
And then it's also possible that before you hear this... You're gonna get like something that we record later as a bit of a teaser, or after this.
Yeah, who knows?
So what we're saying is keep your ears open because anything could be a surprise now.
And your mind open, because we want to touch your hearts, listeners.
Apparently we're gonna like enter through your mind and then go down and into your heart and touch it.
It's the easiest way to your heart.
Is through your mind.
Right. Actually through the stomach, because you gotta go under the rib cage.
Well, that got dark.
It's a line from maybe a Terry Pratchett book. It doesn't matter. Goodbye. Thank you for listening.
Listen, Tony, the Air Bud cinematic universe is diverse indeed. That being said, there has not been an Air Bud movie in 3 years, and I hope that number only continues to grow.
Here's the thing. You started cutting out, but not in a way that I couldn't hear your voice. You were just talking very slowly, and you're like, the Air Bud cinematic universe. And I was like, no. I'm dying now.
Oh, man.